Hello and welcome to the Sunday Shale Show. My name is Mike Chadsey and today I'm joined by Vince Irvin from Luna. Vince, how are you today?
I'm fine, Mike. How are you?
Good, doing well. Thanks for joining us today. What I wanted to ask you first is just give me 30 seconds on you and your background.
Well, my name is Vince Irvin, and I'm the Statewide Apprenticeship Coordinator for the Laborers Union and the District Council of Ohio. I'm a 22-year member. My home local is Local 265 out of Cincinnati.
Okay, very good. How long have you been with local laborers now?
22 years.
22 years, okay. Now, explain a little bit about, for our viewers, a little bit about the Ohio laborers. What do you guys do here in Ohio, and particularly maybe related to the oil and gas industry?
Okay, well, I can speak mainly on the apprenticeship side of that.
For the training?
Absolutely,
okay.
The training for this type of work.
Mm-hmm.
We have a 4,000-hour on-the-job training and 432 hours of classroom training to be completed successfully to reach a journey person status.
Okay.
We also train not only in the oil, shale, gas pipeline work, we train heavy highway construction, building construction, asbestos abatement, remediation, tunneling, underground utilities, and the like.
Oh, okay, very good. So if I'm, maybe, is it just coming out of high school or coming out of college, coming out of the military? When would you try to recruit someone into that apprentice program?
Well, in a perfect scenario, we would recruit probably in the junior high level.
Oh, even younger, okay.
Absolutely, to prepare the youth of today, the students, for a career path in the construction industry. But technically or typically, it's a junior or senior that we find at the local vocational schools and some high schools. You need to be at least 18 years of age,
okay.
have a driver's license,
okay.
a high school diploma and or GED,
okay.
and you have to submit to a drug test.
Okay, very good.
Beyond that, we'll teach that individual everything they need to know regarding the craft
okay.
and the work.
What do I need to be good at to be maybe a successful apprenticeship and get into the journey person program?
Absolutely.
What do I need to be good at? What do I like? What should I like?
Well, teamwork is a big part of what we do.
Okay.
I mean, it's vital that any new apprentice has to have teamwork skills. We also need someone to be able to read. There's certain safety dangers and inherent problems on a job site, and that individual would need to be able to learn and read properly and efficiently. Math skills is a huge plus, the sciences as well. That would give an apprentice a good start into this career path. Hard worker, attendance, tardiness, those all have things to play.
Seem to focus on, okay.
Yeah.
So have you seen, in the whether it's the oil and gas industry, the construction or road, have you seen your apprenticeship program changed much over the last couple of years and maybe even going forward? Is more folks applying, more interest, been pretty steady? Has it changed at all in the last couple of years?
Well, apprenticeship is always changing. It changes, it focuses on the work of the area and forecasting out probably 5 years in advance. So we're always changing our apprenticeship model or the training model to complete and be prepared for the work that's upcoming.
Okay. Have you seen a lot of, we talked a little bit about maybe trying to get folks in middle school or particularly in high school. How about the veteran aspect of it? Do you see a lot of veterans, folks coming back from Afghanistan or Iraq or anywhere else in the world joining this apprenticeship program?
Not a lot. There's a miscommunication there. When a veteran leaves the military, when they're processing out, they're there at the table filling out a lot of paperwork, and not much information is given to them about opportunities in the career area, the career side of it. So we can do a lot better educating our veterans and the processing centers on these details. However, we are registered and approved by the Department of Veteran Affairs through Helmets to Hard Hats. Our veterans in Ohio have direct entry into our apprenticeship program as well.
Oh, that's good.
If they qualify for the Montgomery post 9/11 GI benefits, that's an additional salary or a sum of money that they can collect while they're working in our apprenticeship program.
Oh, okay, that's good. Well, we're very encouraged by folks like that because a couple of reasons, like you already mentioned. They know how to stay drug-free. They know how to show up on time. They know how to work as a team.
Yes.
And they could follow instructions.
Absolutely.
And that's something we've always looked into as safety is first here, not only in the oil field, but in everything that's in the supply chain, just to make sure not only things get done, but get done in a safe manner. And veterans really know how to meet and excel that line.
I agree.
The other thing I was going to ask is, so if I'm accepted into this apprenticeship program and I want to follow one of your many tracks, how long would it take me to go through that program so I can start to work and earn a paycheck?
Well, we're an hour-based program. It's 4,000 hours of on-the-job training, 432 hours of classroom instruction to complete. However, if you're accepted into the program, you're going to start immediately.
Oh, really? Okay.
Absolutely. The first thing we'll do is place that apprentice in a OSHA orientation class, give them the basic safety they would need to step foot on a job site. So you're physically earning a wage or a salary the first hour on the job site.
Oh, that's good. So that's really an incentive to join your apprenticeship program, because you could start making a buck like that.
Tremendous.
Yeah, okay, that really works.
Opportunity.
So, talk to me a little bit about some of the work that you folks do. So, I've come out of high school with the military, and I've gone through your apprenticeship program, and I'm starting to collect a paycheck. What kind of work am I doing? Am I the first guy on the site, the last guy on the site? Am I in and off, or how does that all work? Working with you guys.
Sure. Well, there's a saying about the laborers, we're the jack of all trades.
Okay.
Typically, a laborer is the first on any job site, and most likely the last to leave. For example, if a school is to be built, maybe the old school needs to be demoed or demolished.
Okay.
And that's what we do. It's in our contract. It's in our scope of work. Once the demolition is done, possibly we'll work with the operators in placing and pouring the footers. The masons come in. We also tend or build the scaffold for the masons. We keep the job going. So we're on the project normally from the first day to the last day when we turn the keys over to the owner. Okay. And all aspects of that work, okay, whether it's the underground drainage, the water line, the sewer line, the gas line, the asphalt parking lot, the security of the site, the cleanup of the site.
Start to finish. That's a lot of hours then. So if you were to join that apprenticeship program and make it through and actually work on one of your contractors, you could really earn a lot of hours, because everything that you do is needed from start to finish on the project. That's really another incentive. Wow.
Absolutely. Another huge incentive to our program would be, on the average, our apprentices earn about $113,000 during this 4-year period of time.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So it's a huge incentive to young students and young people that want to work in our craft.
Start earning some
Absolutely.
Money.
It's earn while you learn.
Oh, okay. So earn while you learn. Once you're done, once you've been through that program, are you done, or is there an opportunity to have consistent and training and maybe retrain, or you're learning new skills, or is it kind of a one and done?
Well, you're never done.
Okay.
In any craft occupation, there's always new things to learn. There's upgrading your skill set from a foreman to supervisor to steward training. The industry is always, it's constantly moving. So whenever something is moving or we see a change in that occupation, our instructors are teaching our journeymen and apprentices those skill sets.
Lifelong learning.
Lifelong learning.
Oh, that's really exciting, man. Well, as we wrap up the conversation, talk a little bit more about, have you started to adjust your training or look at maybe training any of your folks to work in the oil and gas industry or the oil field services?
Well, absolutely. We tried to forecast 5 to 10 years out for this line of work or this type of work, and we're constantly, every week, we're running pipeline worker classes, the OSHA classes at our training center. We're also providing clearing classes to where our members can properly use chainsaws, replacing roads and culverts and asphalt and the like.
Well, that's good, because really what we want to communicate to folks is we in the oil and gas industry have a very large workforce, and it's a very aging workforce. So we really very quickly have to fill that with some very qualified, young, energetic folks that know how to follow instructions, know how to make sure that safety is important. Because we're going to start to lose some of our very qualified, very experienced people very shortly. So training programs like yours and others around the state are really going to help us fill that void. So I'm glad to hear that you folks have saw that coming and have adjusted and added to your training program so that you can help us try to fill that gap, because that's going to happen here very soon.
Oh, absolutely. The average age of a construction worker is 47.
Okay.
So, and most of our laborers can retire as early as 53. So
you guys are in the
it's
same
vital for us to have a registered apprenticeship in place and give an opportunity for those apprentices